affiliate programs will not let their partners bid on paid search on branded terms in particular, or they may let some partners bid on particular terms, like they might let a voucher code partner bid on brand name plus voucher code. So most fraud from a paid search perspective happens when those rules are being broken, and there's degrees in which those rules are being broken. So the most extreme is what we call affiliate hijacking, or what's known as affiliate hijacking. Very interesting, because like you say, lots of people get blamed. I think fundamentally there are too many opportunities for fraudsters to be able to make money, and the technologies or the people with the power to ultimately shut it down and stop it, which is the ad platforms, are not incentivized to put that to the list of the top of priorities, which then relies on third-party companies like Marcode or advertisers themselves having to police it, which is fine. There's an ecosystem of good companies like that, like ourselves. However, we're reacting to new types of fraud that are seen, which are typically loopholes within the ad platforms themselves. So really, to cut it out completely, it would take a concerted effort from the media platforms and the ad platforms. And I think that is becoming even there's more of a risk to it now, as the advancement of sort of AI campaigns. So, Google, Meta, etc., the direction of travel is very much towards AI campaigns, which make it harder, or the sort of commonality between all of them is that people get less insights. So, if you look at Performance Max as a campaign from Google, they give you less insights and less control. And what that means is it's harder for advertisers to spot this fraud, and it's harder for companies like us to be able to spot that or react. We have to come up with new novel ways to spot it. So again, the way in which it would be stopped at a systematic level would be from the ad platforms doing stuff about it. So yeah, to answer your question, really it sits with the ad platforms. If the biggest impact on fraud would be change at the ad platform level. Effectively, it would require more verification and more policing from the platforms. So the problem that we solve at Marcode, or one of the problems, is people running ads acting as a brand. So that's either for affiliate fraud reasons or it's for consumer fraud reasons. So they are pretending to be a brand in Google Ads. Similar things happen in other ad platforms. That the only way to someone to stop that would be to close the ability for these people to start ad accounts, maybe initially. Like, I don't know if there would be a global block list for ad accounts. And then if they start an ad account, not give the ability to, in our specific case, run ads that go to a domain. So, let's use Amazon example. Unless I'm Amazon and I've been verified as Amazon legitimately, I can't run ads to the Amazon domain. Now, the issue with that is there's multiple things that Google would need to change in order to be able to do that. They would need to improve their verification system, which isn't really fit for purpose because it's very lax. They would need to change how their product works within Google Ads and do more verification checks. It would be a big undertaking. So that, in our specific cases, it would be up to them to sort of stamp all of that out. You've then got other things like invalid traffic is a big fraud area, and it's there's various MarTech which solve that. The answer there would be for Google or Facebook, Meta, to build their own IVT detections into that. So to stop more traffic. Again, that's like a big change on their side. So for each area of fraud that exists, it would be something that the ad platform would either have to do in terms of ultimately more verification, or change the way in which they operate to stamp out that sort of loophole that people can use for fraud. There's two ways of doing it. There's industry bodies that can pressure, the ad platforms to take more action. So in the UK, we have ISBA, which represents some of the biggest advertisers within the affiliate marketing industry. There's the APMA. They can pressure to try and bring about some of those changes that I mentioned, previously from the ad platforms themselves. But I think that the main sort of thing advertisers can do as an industry is work with these bodies on education and ensure that the teams working within the advertisers are well educated, because a lot of this fraud exists because people don't know that it exists. So the awareness of a lot of these challenges is quite low. So if people, working within brands, within agencies, had access to more material that educates them on this, knew the right questions to ask from prospective partners, and knew what to look out for, the telltale signs, I think that would reduce ad fraud, before it started. Basically, you can, cut it off by people asking the right questions, taking measures to put themselves in place, putting measures in place to stop it before it happens. Most affiliate programs will not let their partners bid on paid search on branded terms in particular, or they may let some partners bid on particular terms, like they might let a voucher code partner bid on brand name plus voucher code. So most fraud from a paid search perspective happens when those rules are being broken, and there's degrees in which those rules are being broken. So the most extreme is what we call affiliate hijacking, or what's known as affiliate hijacking. That is when an affiliate impersonates a brand. So to carry on my Amazon example, you will see an ad that says it's for Amazon.com, but it's actually being run by an affiliate. That ad then contains affiliate details when you click on the ad, and then the affiliate is rewarded a commission for any sales that have come from that, when they shouldn't be doing that. Now, that is a big, really wide problem for anyone who has a active and generous affiliate program, who has a relatively cheap cost per click for brand. That's a really systemic issue. And what these affiliates are effectively doing is they're arbitraging. They're finding places where the clicks that they pay for, the commission that they can earn outweighs that. So even if they're only earning 6% commission on sales, that still offsets the cost of the ads. The other quirk of this is that because Google will only serve, or search engines will only serve, one ad per domain, if the affiliate, let's use Amazon again, Amazon ad wins the auction, the real Amazon ad doesn't appear. So, they're only showing one ad for Amazon in that example. So it's, not only are they claiming commission they shouldn't be from those clicks, they're inflating search costs by creating competition. They are completely skewing, attribution and analytics, because that's reported as affiliate revenue when it should be, search revenue. And they're just it's completely non-incremental revenue. So affiliate hijacking is the most extreme. And within that, you've got these other sub areas whereby the affiliates will go to great lengths to protect their identities. So they will try and hide from tools like Marcode or from users. They will bid in random locations, etc. Sort of a step down, but equally as bad, is we're seeing a lot of is fake voucher sites, brand bidding. So these sites that create, they spin up these sites. They say that they've got voucher codes for a website, for a particular brand. The codes are either made up or they're leaked, doesn't really matter. All they're doing is intercepting users by bidding on paid search. When the user clicks on anything on that website, they then get sent off to the advertiser website with an affiliate cookie on them, so they get cookied in that way. Again, same thing, claiming commission that shouldn't be, driving up costs, etc. And that can have a big impact. And then the sort of, least extreme is legitimate partners who either accidentally or maybe pushing the boundaries are brand bidding. So they're a legitimate partner, but they're bidding on keywords that aren't within the terms of their program. Like, I wouldn't call that fraud. That's just breaking terms of the program. The other two, they're not legitimate partners. They're obscuring their details, etc. I would call that fraud. So that's the main types of affiliate fraud that impacts paid search. That's an interesting question because it makes affiliate performance look really good because the affiliate if you're being measured on revenue and you're the affiliate manager, the fraud, it's still the context in which we deal with paid search in particular, it has to drive sales or nearly always has to drive sales for the fraud to be for the commission to be paid out. So they're not faking sales or things like that. So they are genuinely claiming commission on genuine sales, but those sales the brand would have got them anyway without having to pay commission on them. So that commission is fraudulent. But that has the interesting impact of, if I'm an affiliate manager, and I'm targeted on affiliate revenue driven, it looks really good because the sales have been really high. If I'm the search manager, however, either paid search or if I wasn't running paid search SEO, it makes my numbers look really bad because brand traffic is some of the most high converting, it's some of the cheapest, etc. So I'm missing out on all those sales that are going to affiliates. And typically what we're seeing, we had a client on board this week who said exactly the same thing. When we stamp out the affiliates doing this, the affiliate revenue goes like that, and the search revenue, crosses over, it goes like that. Now, the benefit for the business as an overall ROI is they're not paying a commission on any of those sales that they're gaining through search. So, 6%, 8%, 10%, whatever they were paying in commission is going straight back, into the business. And then the other thing is, and we've seen this a lot, that if there's multiple affiliate hijackers bidding on your branded terms, it inflates the CPCs of those branded terms, sometimes by, we've seen up to 6 times as much. So your overall search gets more expensive as well, which goes down. So, I say it's interesting because now ultimately affiliate managers are the ones who use Marcode and take action on the fraud that we're seeing there, but it doesn't really make their numbers look, if anything, it might make their numbers look worse, but it makes the search team's numbers look better, and the overall business is saving a lot of money as well. The most proactive measures that advertisers can take is have a healthy degree of skepticism about affiliates, in particular when you're first, building your program or letting people onto your program. So what I mean by that is you should be vetting the affiliates coming on and saying, where are these users going to come from? Are they, if someone has a blog that's super relevant to me and has a, great SEO and a big user base, I can fully believe that's going to send me loads and loads of, traffic and sales. If they are very non-transparent, or they give you a vague proposition, or they send you some profiles that don't look real, just don't let them on to start with. And there's particular areas which are sort of high risk. So what's called affiliate subnetworks. So that is when you work within your affiliate network, there is a partner who has access to a whole load of other publishers, underneath them. Now, there's lots of legitimate ones of those, but there are lots of ones of those that don't vet properly or have lax vetting, which we tend to see a lot of fraud. So be particularly careful about that, and particularly careful about voucher code websites, anything that you think actually they're not going to be adding any degree of incrementality. So asking a lot of questions and vetting people carefully when they come on is a big thing. And again, the APMA released a lot of guidelines. There's some guidelines coming out about sub networks that everyone should look at. The next thing is when you're managing your program, look out for any sudden spikes or anything that looks unusual. So you might get a sudden burst of revenue coming from a particular sub network or a particular partner, which defies the odds or defies the trends that you're seeing in other channels. So if that happens, then again you've got to question it and say, well, where has this come from? Is it legitimately coming from the websites or the influencer profiles or whatever the creators that people are providing me? And if not, you need to sort of look into that deeper. So always be questioning, especially when something looks out of the ordinary. And then the third one is using tools. So what we do at Marcode is we help advertisers protect themselves in paid search and soon to be other areas of affiliate fraud. So what we will do is we will constantly be running checks to look if anyone is targeting your branded terms or whatever terms actually you want to give us. If we see anything, so we look at the advertisers who are running ads, and if we see advertisers running ads that either go to your website when they shouldn't be, say things they shouldn't be, have certain characteristics, we then analyze those ads to understand if they are affiliates, and we extract all of the affiliate information so that you can see which parts of your affiliate network or which individual affiliates are using tactics that are illegitimate in order to be able to drive sales. And then we have a whole suite of task manager, and because no one wants to be cutting out fraud all day, we try and make it as easy as possible in a few clicks to cancel their commissions, to ban these people, and alert you when anything goes wrong. So where one of the measures that you can take to guard against this particular area of fraud, and there's other tools that can be used as well. There's things like coupon code blockers. There's for people in highly regulated industry like affiliate content monitoring and things like that. So depending on the industry that you're in and where your biggest risks lie, obviously I would say this, but I would recommend using a tool to stay on top of things as well.